All right, so here we have just about every way that you can represent some sort of mathematical relation, and we are asked to figure out if it's a function or not. So I got to go through and determine if it is. So on this one, we have a graph. I'm going to do the vertical line test. So if I draw a vertical line right here, notice that it crosses here and here. So because it crosses more than once, this is not a function. When we look at a mapping, we only want to see one arrow leaving the x. Because this one right here has two arrows leaving the x, it's the same as the vertical line test where it would cross twice. It's just a different way to represent it. So because there are two arrows leaving -4 from the domain, then we would say that this is not a function. Okay. And then a table of values for C, again, I have +5 for x and +5 for x. Remember, there are no repeating x's in all three of these scenarios. The x's are repeating. We're just looking at the x's differently. So again, this one is not a function. And then lastly, we're going to look at this one. So for my x value, I have a -7, a -4, a +5, and a +7. So D is the only one that's a function because it's the only one where the x's do not repeat. So remember that functions, the easiest way, and we're looking at 3 different ways to represent the x's and y's, or 4 different ways to represent the x and y's, but functions, the x's do not repeat. So in my first 3 scenarios, this one, the x is repeated, this one, the x is repeated, and this one, the x is repeated. So they weren't functions, but the last one, the x's did not repeat, so it was a function.